What's up, budget builders? My name is Trill, and I hope all of you had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you guys ate a lot of turkey and fixings as well. For me, I probably ate too many sweets and ended up not feeling so well, but I am feeling much better now. So anyways, today we want to discuss some rather unexpected news from the White House that actually happened. Also, we had another mass shooting occur, which is like the third one that we have had in the last 30 days. In addition, people that work at the railroad are fearful about what could come from this strike that's going on right now. And last but not least, I do have a few states that are sending out some holiday checks for Americans. Hopefully this will benefit many of you watching this channel. But anyways, guys, hey, before we get started, hey, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Real quick, I want to tell you guys about the promotion with Rakuten that is going on right now for the Christmas holidays. Rakuten is a cashback website that offers you money back after shopping at some of the most popular stores around. And as you can see right here on the screen, 10% back at stores like Walmart, Macy's, Nike Store, Adidas, and even Shein. I don't know how to say it, but anyway, they are giving you 6% on your purchases. The ladies love Shein. But anyways, those are just a few stores that are offering major cash back on your purchases, but they have much more than that. This promotion right now is going to give new customers $40 cash back after you sign up using the link down below for the first time. I use this site very often, especially during the Christmas shopping, which Black Friday, guys, is as of today, as well as Christmas is around the corner. So sign up today, guys, and get your free $40 cash back after you make your first purchase. That link will be down below. Well, starting off, we have a little bit of bad news in regards to another mass shooting. Yes, it says 6 right here, but it's actually 7 people have been killed at a Virginia Walmart after an employee opens fire on its co-workers. Yes, the shooter was identified by the company as a night manager who'd been with the store since 2010. That's like 13 years. And all of those that were killed were co-workers at the store. And yes, guys, it appears that reading this particular article, it talked about how he had a few issues with some of these particular co-workers. It says right here that the night manager who killed 6 other workers at the Walmart in Virginia and wounded at least a half a dozen others was identified by the company on Wednesday as a 31-year-old Andre Bean. Yes, Bean, who took his own life after opening fire on his co-workers on Tuesday, worked the overnight shift at Walmart Supercenter in the city of Chesapeake and was a longtime employee, the company said in a statement. And then we do have a statement from Walmart which says that we can confirm that he was a Walmart associate. According to the statement, Andre's position with the company was overnight team lead, and he's been employed with us since 2010. So anyways, guys, yes, this is definitely another tragic news in regards to another mass shooting, in which, guys, I hope we do something about it. I really do, guys, because these things are just getting out of hand. They're getting carried away, and people are losing their lives for no reason, guys, and they don't deserve this, as well as their families. So we'll definitely keep them in our prayers in the meantime. And it looks like a lot of these particular individuals that were killed during this mass shooting were like 16 years old, guys. And so it does say right here that the individuals that did die was Lorenzo Gamble, 43 years old, as well as these others between the ages of 16 years old and 38 years old. So anyways, guys, like I said, keep them in your prayers in the meantime. And as a response to this, we did hear from President Biden, in which he said that he will start back going, trying to renew the push for a ban on assault weapons following this multiple of these mass shootings. Yes, the president and the first lady also called the owners of Club Q and the LGBTQ club in Colorado Springs, where a gunman opened fire with a semi-automatic rifle, killing 5 people there as well. So guys, you do know that the Democrats have been doing this for so many years now, trying to ban assault weapons, especially trying to raise the age limit from 18-year-olds being able to buy these guns all the way up to 21 years old, thinking that it should slow down the pace of these particular mass shootings. But guys, no one really knows that answer until we actually do something about it. But I believe that the statistics show us that majority of these individuals are pretty much under 20 71 years old who commit these particular mass shootings. I know this particular one in Walmart, that particular individual was 31 years old, so that's a little bit different. But again, President Biden is pushing to ban assault weapons in the United States. Moving on, guys. Hey, we do have a new study that has just come out in regards to being able to tell the risk of diabetes after someone has been infected with COVID. Yes, it does say right here that the new study finds that increased risk of diabetes after you have had the COVID illness. It says right here that over the course of the pandemic, scientists have learned that the coronavirus can lead to a wide range of ongoing health problems, including diabetes. And new research published by or in the journal BMC Medicine this month is shedding light on how COVID-19 can also put a person at greater risk of developing diabetes, both type 1 and type 2, after the COVID infection. The study is a meta-analysis, which means that it combined and analyzed data from other studies on the same topic. And 9 different studies, which included nearly 40 million participants, were included in the analysis, and 6 of the studies were conducted in the United States, with another 2 in England and 1 in Germany. 7 of the studies included only adults, 1 included only adolescents, and 1 had no age restrictions. Overall, more than 4 million of the participants had contracted COVID-19, and more than 34 million in the control group had not contracted COVID-19. Altogether, following a COVID-19 infection, the incidence of developing diabetes was roughly 15 out of 1,000 people in a particular year. So, to our knowledge, this is a largest and most wide-ranging analysis of this kind to data, according to the researchers, what they noted in this particular study. So, guys, if you have been infected with COVID-19, hey, you might want to be mindful of this in case you develop any type of symptoms that are pretty much related to diabetes. You definitely want to get that checked out, or probably get a checkup prior to that actually happening. That's always a good idea, guys. Continue to go to your doctor even when you're not necessarily sick. You definitely want to be proactive in catching any type of illnesses or diseases that you may come across. You definitely want to be proactive with those versus reactive, guys. So definitely be mindful of that, guys. And moving on, guys. Hey, railroad workers. They're pretty scared right now, guys. And yes, they are also fed up because of this strike that is going on. Yes, guys, railroad workers are fed up but hoping to avoid a potential strike. It says right here that why vote yes on something I'm unhappy with? We've taken enough concessions, according to Matthew Weaver, a member of the BMWE, which is one of the railroad unions who voted down the Biden brokered labor agreement. And yes, guys, it says negotiations between the railroad unions and their employers are edging towards a cliff right now. 4 to 12 unions making up a majority of workers rejected this particular Biden brokered labor agreement. But anyways, guys, it says that workers say that they're fed up, especially after working through the pandemic when they were deemed essential. They want paid sick leave and the ability to take some time off between long and grueling shifts. Yes, guys, the carriers say that workers had their chance to negotiate, but that time has already passed. They want them to accept the deal that's on the table, which was reached back in September. But the new deadline is December the 9th. And if these guys can't work it out before then, you might see a strike, a railroad strike, guys, or more likely Congress will intervene. So again, guys, like I said, they're scared right now. They don't want to go to a strike. They don't want to lose their money that they are making right now. And they're just not necessarily happy about the deal that was pretty much agreed to back in September. And they want to redo, in which it looks like they do have a new deadline, which could actually happen. So guys, hopefully they meet that deadline and don't have to go to strike. But in the meantime, they are definitely on their pins and needles in regards to this, in a potential strike that could actually happen. And they just won't change, guys. They want to be treated fairly. They want some sick leave. They want to be able to take off when they need to, especially after working many hour shifts, guys. One of my friends works at the railroad, and I know sometimes he has to work 12-hour shifts. So I can definitely understand with this particular article. But anyways, guys, I hope they can get that figured out by December the 9th. Moving on, the IRS had a little bit of bad news to tell the American people. And yes, the IRS says that your tax refund may be smaller this year. Yes, guys, they're referring to the 2022 tax season, which you are going to be filling out next year. But anyways, guys, it says that your refund for the 2022 tax season may be smaller in the years past, according to the IRS, which they said this information on Wednesday. And that's because of several recently passed changes to the tax code. Yes, the IRS said taxpayers who take the standard deduction instead of itemizing their taxes will no longer be able to deduct their charitable contributions. Also, 2021's American Rescue Plan Act lowered the reporting threshold for third-party networks that process payments for those doing business. Now, a 1099-K form, which is used by third-party networks, can now be triggered by a single transaction that exceeds $600. The threshold to trigger the form used to be $20,000 in aggregate transactions, and now it's $600. This is going to affect those individuals that use those particular payment apps, such as Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, those particular apps. Yes, if you have any transaction that exceeds over $600, it is going to generate a 1099-K, which you're going to have to claim that on your taxes. You're going to have to report it. Now, whether or not you pay taxes on it just depends, but you will have that stuff documented. So be mindful of that, guys. And it also says that for those claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit or the EITC or the Additional Child Tax Credit, it says that the IRS said it cannot issue those returns until the middle of February because the law requires it to hold the entire refund in an attempt to give itself more time to detect fraud. So again, guys, additionally, some large refunds for tax years in 2020 through 2021 were allotted because taxpayers who hadn't received their economic impact stimulus payments claimed them when they filed their taxes. And for those who use payment processors and who received a 1099-K for the income they didn't earn, such as personal gifts or reimbursements for personal expenses, which are not taxable, the IRS says it cannot correct the form. Instead, taxpayers will have to call the issuer. So that is very interesting, guys. But anyways, guys, they're saying that because of these new changes in the tax code, hey, your check might not be as big next year because of these particular changes. And so that could affect a lot of people out there. Moving on, we have a little bit of news in regards to the former president, Donald Trump. We recently talked about how he has told the American people that he is going to be running again for the presidential election of 2024. There have been some mixed signals in regards to this, but it looks like he is full throttle ahead. But here recently, guys, yes, an accountant for the Trump administration has testified that Trump reported significant tax losses for a decade. Yes, an accountant for the former president, Donald Trump, has testified that the former president reported major losses on his tax returns every year for a decade, including a $700 million loss in 2009. Now, according to the Associated Press, reported on Wednesday that Donald Bender, who has served as Trump's accountant and prepared Trump's personal tax returns for many, many years, testified in the criminal tax fraud trial against Trump Organization that Trump lost money in every single year from 2009 to 2018. Now, the losses include net operating losses from some of the businesses he owns through the Trump Organization. There are losses for all these years, according to Bender, and then Bender was granted immunity to testify at this particular trial. Now, the Trump Organization is facing dual probes with the Manhattan District Attorney and New York Attorney General's office over potential financial misdeeds, which could be fraud as well. So yes, guys, this is just a little bit of update in regards to what he has going on, which we know that he is dealing with several legal issues right now, and he is trying to dig his way out of it, guys. We don't know if it's true or not, but we'll just have to see how the judicial system does treat him. Whether or not it's fairly or not, that will be up to you and the American people, as well as the judge, and maybe the Supreme Court as well, guys. But anyways, guys, that is what former President Donald Trump is dealing with as of this week. And last but not least, guys, we do want to go over information in regards to some potential holiday checks. And right here, guys, we have an article that talks about stimulus checks could be coming to these 4 states very soon. Yes, guys, we have the first state, which is Kentucky. It says on the table, the Bluegrass State is a taxpayer rebate program worth $1 billion from the state's budget surplus. This particular proposal has been approved by the Senate, although the state House of Representatives has yet to vote on it. The Commonwealth Journal reported that some lawmakers are pushing back on this particular bill instead of favoring reducing income tax over time. And lawmakers have ended sessions for the year so far, so it probably won't happen in 2022. But if it does eventually pass, those who are eligible stand to receive a one-time payment of $500 for single filers and $1,000 for couples filing jointly. That is for the state of Kentucky. We also have Montana, which has also a $1 billion budget surplus for the year. In two separate proposals, Republican factions within the state legislature have introduced legislation to return that back to the residents in taxpayer rebate programs, according to the Montana Free Press. And yes, guys, one proposal suggests $1,000 for homeowners who pay property taxes and $1,250 for residents who paid state income taxes. And some of the other proposals ask for a $3,000 income tax rebate. That could be very huge. And also, lawmakers had to ask for a special session to vote on the measures by the end of this year. So we should have more information about that very soon. Thirdly, we have North Carolina, which they have a substantial 2022 budget surplus. And that's also the focal point of a new bill in North Carolina that would put the money back into the residents' pockets. There's $6.5 billion at stake, and Democratic lawmakers have suggested using it for a $200 gas tax rebates for local taxpayers to help combat the higher prices in fuel. So again, guys, that is for North Carolina, $200 gas cards. And then also Pennsylvania currently has a property tax renters rebate program in place for low income earners. The standard benefit is $650. However, the elderly, widows and widowers and the disabled could see up to $965 in stimulus payments. But yes, guys, I really like this one because I see that the standard benefit for regular Americans is around $650. However, our most vulnerable Americans, such as the elderly, widows, widowers, Social Security, seniors, and disabled individuals, could see more than that, up to $975. That is huge, guys. I'm definitely excited to see them offer more money for our most vulnerable than they do for those individuals that can go out and still work on a daily basis, guys. So do you agree with this? Do you believe that it should be like that? Do you believe that the federal government should also do the same thing as well? I sure do, guys. Our most vulnerable really need help more than some other individuals. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below because it is a great way for you to support this channel, as well as some other opportunities to offer you some free money or some free cash, or even the Rakuten promotion that's giving back $40, as well as Webull, which is offering free 12 free stocks after you deposit $1. So guys, again, if you're interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.